Gemini, welcome in, welcome back. My name is Millie. This is the Ghost Bride Tarot. Welcome to your monthly reading. The way we're going to run through your reading tonight, my darlings, is we're going to run through some channel messages that my team and I have pulled through for you. Then we will move into the tarot portion of your reading. So stick around, get comfortable. As we move through the channel messages portion of your reading, just see what fits for you guys. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There's some funny stuff coming through for you guys. I'm definitely seeing like really intense energy around you guys this month. So it feels like now's the perfect time to do your reading is what Spirit's saying, and I love that. Okay, so there is a sense of like, all right, so there's a sense of bewilderment happening at the moment. So you may be bewildered about some scenario in your life at the moment. It could be to do with a lover for some of you, but it seems like some kind of cycle's closed out, and it was quite a big cycle from what I can see. And there is like a sense of happiness and excitement surrounding it, but there is also this sense of like something else that goes with that. So put that energy where that fits for you guys. All right, so I'm getting a lot of stuff around repetition for you guys this month. So it does feel like you're going to be like repeating processes for whatever reason Spirit's saying. I'm getting a lot of stuff around peaks and valleys, like really high highs and really low lows for you guys this month. And that kind of, it does bring me back to the energy that you guys were in last month, where like things were a little bit chaotic and intense from what I can see. There is also something around like a disappointment and perhaps like some kind of poor performance review. I'm also getting something about like a harm minimization strategy. So that could be connected to that as well for some of you. This could also be something around like that big change that you've either brought in or that has been enacted. And there is something around that being like, there is something around harm minimization this month. It's quite highlighted. It was pretty uncomfortable as I was going through it for you guys. So pay attention to that and use your discretion to the best of your ability in regards to like, harnessing your power in whatever capacity that you can. All right, so there is a lot of stuff around cycles closing out, and I'm getting this like really strong energy around like a new paradigm awaits. Okay, so it feels like there's really exciting stuff happening for you guys. I would take your time with whatever's changing here, whatever process is like closing out. Be very gentle with yourself throughout that process, because it does feel like it's something that perhaps, like for some of you, maybe you clung to it for a little while. There is that kind of energy coming through connected with that for some of you. Okay, so I actually don't have that much in the way of channel messages for you guys. I was getting stuff around wet socks. I was also getting stuff around long hair. Then I was hearing, we did the peaks and the valleys. I was hearing a lot of stuff around coffee in bed. And then I was hearing stuff around like wanting to be in bed more, and I feel like you guys got a lot of stuff around your bed last month, Gemini. So there is like this like, it's some Spirit saying like a bed that feels like a cloud as well, something around a soft bed. There is something around a plush bed, they're saying now. Okay, and I feel like we got that in another sign. Anyway, something around a kickstart, and it feels like exciting. Again, this is like this jumpstart kind of energy coming through, where I do feel like things are happening for you, Gemini, and it feels like you're excited about it. There could be some element of like bewilderment that's attached to this, or like not really entirely being completely confident with where this is going to go, but I do see you being excited to a degree. So whatever's happening here, it does feel quite good. I was hearing something about, I keep hearing lucky girl, like it's non-stop, and there is something about that coming through for you guys specifically. And there is also stuff around the dream state coming through for you guys that wasn't in your reading before I came in, but I'm just pulling it through now. I'm getting something around, okay, so I'm getting something about precious memories, yeah, and like super precious memories, like the ones that you're gonna take to your grave kind of style. There is stuff around, yeah, like really precious memories that are popping up at the moment. And then I was hearing something about like a hotel. Yeah, and then I'm seeing like a hotel robe, like a really plush robe. There's that plush coming back through again, yeah. Like a really plush robe. And then I was seeing like really big windows, like floor to ceiling windows, and also like a city view. There is something about that as well in the clouds. There is stuff about spirit saying a cityscape now. And it's the tall windows, man. It's something about the windows that's important here. All right, moving on. I'm getting stuff around like the carnival or the fair for you guys. I'm also getting stuff around a plot twist, yeah, and it feels like this is a big plot twist. And the way that I was actually channeling this for you guys is like, this is not related to that cycle that's closed out. Like, this is something separate. Like, that may have felt like the plot twist, but there seems to be another plot twist that the universe is like building towards, or like something's ramping up here. Like, something is like definitely building in intensity for you guys. I was getting, yeah, this really strong energy around a plot twist. There is something around a plot twist. I'm telling you, there is. And for some of you, that's going to lead to the new beginning. Okay, beautiful. I keep hearing, like, as well as that lucky girl message, I keep hearing something about like dream result, like a dream result. Yeah, so there is something quite good that's going to be coming through for you guys. Could be connected to your money for some of you. I'm hearing the word longevity. And then I was also getting stuff around, I was seeing a lot of seashells for you guys, and Spirit actually got me to bring in this boat for you guys, for your reading. And they do keep saying something to me about the netting as well. And like, normally sails aren't made of net, I'm aware of that, but these ones are. So there is something about the netting as well. And then I was getting stuff around really soft skin, like super soft skin. I was hearing something around 4 birds, 1 stone. So not just 2 birds, 1 stone, like 4 birds, 1 stone. Like, there is something that's like absolutely ramping up here for you, Gemini. And I would like, take your time through any confusion or bewilderment that's coming through for you guys, and just like, yeah, stay the course, follow your intuition, follow your heart, and try to let the universe like pave this path for you in whatever way, shape, or form it feels like it's a good one. There is something good that's coming through here for you guys. I'm super excited to get into your tarot. All right, so the 4 birds, 1 stone, again with the long hair message, right? So I didn't actually connect these two until now I'm reading them. So I was getting something around like dark hair, yeah? And then they were specifically showing me Morticia Adams, and then I kept hearing the name Elvira. Yeah, so there is something around like long dark hair, maybe even black hair for some of you. And then I was getting stuff around calligraphy and fluid writing. Spirit is also saying to me automatic writing, so some of you may be doing some kind of channeling or something like that. And we said the coffee in bed thing, didn't we? And then there was also stuff around like cuddles and cherished like time with people. Yeah, and like specifically like hugging those people. Stuff around that. Then I was getting stuff around, I was hearing something about like a dual income, and then I was hearing the word extraction. So yeah, I don't really know what that connection is, but there is that. And then something about a visit to your uncle or a visit from your uncle. And oh yeah, okay. Okay, so some of you are starting to do like some kind of psychic exploration to some degree, because I'm actually getting stuff about the remote, and I've been getting this, like even to the point where like this Xbox remote is still on the table. There is something about Xbox for you guys as well. But yeah, I keep getting stuff around remotes, like to the point where, I just keep hearing stuff about remotes. But now I'm actually seeing that as like remote viewing, and that feels connected to that. I keep going back to that automatic writing there. So for some of you, there's definitely like some kind of ancestral connection that's emerging as we speak, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and then I keep hearing Feliz Navidad, which, like, excuse my cultural ignorance, but I absolutely have no idea what that means. I think it means, I thought it was a Christmas song, but I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, so something about Christmas. It's a Spanish Christmas song. I didn't know it was Spanish. So Merry Christmas, a prosperous year and happiness. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Beautiful. Okay, so I keep hearing something about that for you guys. So you may be Spanish, or there may be some kind of Spanish connection. Something about a tall flame now. Okay, there is some kind of like plot twist coming through for you guys. I'm seeing something around fireworks and like shining. Yeah, like something about shiny. And then I was hearing stuff about a ring, and it feels like a sentimental ring, like a really... All right, and Spirit's also wanting me to bring in. So there's been like a recent discovery, recently, Gemini, excuse me, that may have like pissed you off or upset you to some degree. The way that Spirit's bringing this through is like there is actually going to be like some kind of dream result connected to that, because that's your main message. Yeah, there is a dream result like right around the corner for you, Gemini. And I do think that like the bewilderment or the state that you're in, where there's like confusion or frustration or feeling stalled or just feeling like things aren't working out, that is going to come to a very swift end from what I'm hearing, and it does feel really good for you guys. So the numbers for you guys are going to be 313 and also 1010, and now Spirit's telling me that I have to look up 313. Okay, 313 angel number. Let's see. All right, so give me the significance of 3. Excuse me, Gemini. All right, so since the beginning of the write-up, we came to know that 313 angel number is a gesture of positivity and optimistic life that assists you to stay positive. So it indicates to you that there are positive energies surrounding you, guardian angels, all the rest of it. So there is a forthcoming change that's about to take place from what they're saying here. Tell me something I don't fucking know. All right, so this website that I've gone to is shit. Okay, so there is some kind of frustration that's coming through. There is some kind of big change that's going to happen. It feels like it comes in the wake of something else closing out. Okay, so take your time this month. Gemini, definitely be gentle with yourself throughout whatever this is, because it feels like it's quite heavy. It feels like there's still like, although there's a sense of excitement for you guys, it's weighty stuff is what Spirit's saying. Like it's for some of you, these are like big, massive life changes that are happening at the moment. That could be some of the resistance that's happening as well, or this sense of like bewilderment or like discomfort, shall we say. All right, so just closing out with names for you guys. So we got Jeanette, Leanne, Jack, Nick, Peter, Mitchell, Teddy, and Rachel. Also Katie. So yeah, if those names are of significance to you guys at all. I am also getting this really strong message. So your reading's connected to the Aquarius reading in this cycle. It's also connected to the Taurus reading. Yeah, so I haven't yet filmed the Taurus reading, but I would very much say to watch that one as well, because there is a lot of between your two signs this month. Gemini, I'll put it back to your page, sorry. Okay, darlings. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini. Let's look at Gemini. Let's do overall vibe for the month. With the Black Moon Lilith deck, and then we'll move into your tarot, shall we? All right, so your overall vibe for the month is to release perfectionism, which is I'm super stoked about because this video is not perfect in any way. So that's your overall vibe for this month, you guys, which is super nice. I wish I had... I've got a little holder up there, but I don't want to grab it. All right. I can just sit there. So that's a nice card for you guys. So like, yeah, chill out. Let the universe do its job of like rebalancing shit. If things have gone awry or things have felt like they've been a little bit chaotic or upside down or like not really going in the way that you would like. I am hearing something about that fucking show now with the upside down Stranger Things. So yeah, if things have been a little bit like awry, then I would definitely just take your time with that. What we're going to do for you, tarot, my darlings, is we're going to look at... Let's look at you. We're gonna stick with last month's spread for you guys. I don't really know why, but we are. So we're gonna do your internal realm versus your external realm. Then we'll go lay deeper, looking at your heart space and your external relationships, and then how they're all interplaying together. Then we'll close out with surprises and maybe some things to expect from the universe. There is weird energy around this reading, Gemini. I just don't know. All right, so that, okay, beautiful. So internally, you're quite good with what's happening here. Okay, show me external. External for Gemini. Yes, Spirit's saying there is a lot of like concern for the external from what I can see. It does feel like where you guys are at this month, Gemini, it feels like some of you are like starting off on like some kind of grand adventure or like some big undertaking, like quite big from what I can see. Yeah, okay, so externally this could be like creating issues for other people, or it could even be that there's just like quite a bit to do, like quite a lot on your plate from what I can see. The way that Spirit's presenting this to me is like internally, excuse me, Gemini, I thought I was going to sneeze. Internally, you seem to have had like some kind of like a big shift. Like there's felt like it's a freedom that's been gained. Yeah, you've got like some kind of new lease on life, or there's been like something learned that's felt like it's taken you into a completely different place. And it feels like a good place from what I can see here with the Six of Wands and the Fool. You're very happy about where you are at this given point in time. Yeah, and I see you being like, you're staunch about it too, to a degree, Spirit's saying. Like, I see you actually having like, the way that Spirit's presenting it is like, not only do you have an air of authority in this given position that you're in, but it does feel like you have an air of like celebration even. There is like more than excitement happening for you internally. Like there is some kind of triumph that's coming through with this energy for you guys. The way that it's presenting externally is like whatever triumph has then been achieved is then like adding to your plate, or like, or for some of you, it's like overburdened you with like new ideas and new avenues that you would like to take something that then is maybe like causing some state of confusion. It does feel like externally things aren't really working out in the way that you would like them to, but internally it doesn't seem to be bothering you as much as maybe it should, or maybe it would have in the past. It does feel like there is this energy with you of like you're happy at this given point in time. And I don't know why there's such nervousness around it. Like maybe you're nervous to be happy, or okay, so the way the Spirit's presenting it to me here with the 88 is like some of you have moved away from something or have expanded out of something that has then perhaps like set you on a different pathway. There does seem to be something here internally that is absolutely like gung-ho going for this. Like I don't see you stopping in any way, shape or form. The way that this is coming through is like the internal disruption that I was feeling in the channel messages. It does come through like it's immediately directly concerned with the external. Like there is something externally to you that you're worried about, or that you're like trying different avenues or different possibilities, or like trying to find different ways to like maneuver through. It does seem like the external is maybe Spirit saying like maybe even just disruptive to this inner path that you're trying to take, or this direction that you're trying to. Show me what I need to see here for Gemini, please, Spirit, because I just. Yeah, so externally there is still some kind of issue, yeah? The way that it's coming through is like, it did feel like that earlier, yeah? It feels like it's connected to other people. It feels like whatever you're doing over here is somehow like affecting other people, or you're needing their help, or they're needing your help, or vice versa. There does seem to be something externally that perhaps isn't making sense. Perhaps they're not agreeing with you. Perhaps you can't really explain why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, or the direction that you now want to take, and why it's like a drastic shift. Spirit say it is quite a drastic shift. Maybe that's why there's been like a state of confusion externally, or there's a big shift that's happened internally and now you have to like slot out all these different changes externally. That could potentially be what is happening here. For some of you, you've walked away from something emotionally, or there's been some shift, some internal shift is what Spirit's saying to me. And I'm seeing you like letting that go like very easily, like discarding or releasing whatever that was in the past, and feeling a sense of like victory and hope with that energy. It definitely feels like whatever happened here, you've got a very deep understanding of how, why, etc. it's happened, but now you're not only like understanding it, but you're going to move forward with it in a way that serves you. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like you're like overly concerned. There is something about hair, yeah, but it doesn't feel like you're overly concerned with what's happening externally. It doesn't feel like it's rocking your boat in any way, shape or form. It feels like internally you know where you're headed, you know where you're going, and you see that pathway very clearly, yeah? Externally, there's some sense of confusion. There's some sense of like, it's not even so much a block as it is like an irritation or a frustration at this given point in time. It feels like it's relating to other people. It does feel like it's related to like at least a few other people. This isn't just a one-on-one thing. Like this is you and a few other people that you're coming up against, or a few issues that you're coming up against. Spirit saying it does feel like maybe for some of you externally, like it's all getting too much. Like there's too much weight, there's too much baggage, there's too much chaos, there's too much confusion. The advice from Spirit in regards to your internal versus your external is to like simplify it, take it back to basics. Like what actually serves you? What do you actually want at this given point in time? And then go for that. Yeah, because you know where you're at. From what I can see, there is no confusion internally for you. It's the external that's starting to like, Spirit saying struggling to catch up. And that could be that sense of bewilderment from the channeled messages that we were getting earlier, right? Where like internally, and maybe even you've expressed it, yeah, with the Fool card. Like the Fool doesn't hold back. He says what he fucking wants. Particularly, and so does the Queen of Swords actually. Maybe that's what's then created some kind of like what you've said has not been received in the way that you thought it would or should or could or whatever. There is something around like you being like really, really sure of yourself. Yeah. And I would say that that's 100% accurate from what I can see. I don't see anything here where you're like disillusioning yourself or fucking yourself over or like having rose colored glasses. It definitely feels like your core truth or whatever shift has happened within you that's like set you into this new cycle, because you've left the past behind. Like, I don't see you even like having like there's not even any more dust from that, from what I can see. Like, you've left that behind. There is some sense of victory and triumph that you're now taking with you into this new cycle. And that could even potentially be like emboldening you or empowering you in some way. The way that this is coming through is like externally, there's still dramas, there's still chaos, there's still confusion, there's still frustration, there's still some kind of like blockage that's happening here. And it does feel like it very much concerns other people or like a multitude of different things. Like, you've got a lot on your plate here from what I can see, Gemini. It does feel like internally you've had some kind of epiphany that's given you like this new lease on life. That is honestly how this is coming through. It feels like there's something that's like slotted into place internally that's strengthened you in such a way that now you're like fucking ready to go, is what I'm seeing. And it feels really beautiful. It feels so nice. Let's look at, there's the Six of Cups. Let's look at relationships for our beautiful Gemini. So we'll do heart space and then we'll do relationships. So show me heart space, please, Spirit. We'll do heart space for Gemini. See, there's the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Coins. So again, like, you really are not lacking any certainty from what I can see. The way this is coming through, and like, I would go as far to say that like you may be like quite combative and quite staunch with people at this point in time, where like if they don't agree, you don't give a fuck. That's honestly how it's coming through. Whatever has happened or is happening for you here, Gemini, it feels like with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Coins, excuse me, and the Fool, it does definitely feel like you're on the right track. Yeah, it does feel like you've been very Spirit saying something about like you've taken all different angles into consideration, and I do feel like the conclusion that you've come to is a fair conclusion from what I can see. It feels like you're well within your rights to be saying or feeling however you're Spirit saying enacting the changes that you're enacting as well. Like, I do actually see you bringing in some quite big changes here that do seem to affect other people, yeah? The way this is coming through is like it's actually going to be of benefit to those people. They may not see that yet. They may still be in like a state of confusion or whatever it is externally that you're trying to do. It does feel like it's going to work out in the long run. And you see that from what I can see, yeah? So if you're vibing with this, definitely stay the course from what I can see, because there is some spirits bringing it back through again. There is a dream result at the end of this for you guys. There is absolutely a dream result. Externally, things aren't just matching up at this point in time. So let's see what we can do in the way of like advice for Gemini. So the High Priestess, like, follow your intuition, man. Like, follow your intuition until the cows come home and then some. Like, follow your intuition. Do it for yourself. Show me advice for Gemini. Is that all they want to give? Yeah. Okay. So the advice is like, all right. So like the advice here is, although I see you being confident and like quite sure of where you're going, there could be a sense of like having a lack of empathy or like being a little bit hard-headed with those around you. And like from what I can see, I can understand why. Like it seems like it's like, what the fuck, you guys? Yeah, it does seem like that. It seems like from where you're sitting, it's well worth the frustration. What I'm getting is like, be careful of your approach here and like honor your intuition here. Don't leave things in the dark. Definitely like bring things to the surface in a way that feels honorable and right for you. Don't leave things left unsaid. Don't like hide away from uncomfortable conversations. Like, rather have the conversation, because I do see you then like having this clarity come through externally. Yeah, the way that it's coming through is like some of you may be a little bit like quick to jump the gun, or like quick to like, Spirit's saying like quick to enter into an argument rather than a dialogue. And like that is quite specific, so only take that if it applies for you. But it does feel like for some of you there is something where like maybe you fight your intuition, maybe there is a sense of like you don't trust in your intuition in the way that you should, or you don't trust in your delivery in the way that you should, or you need to rein back that delivery in some sense. There is this really weird energy around the advice portion, because it feels like intuitively you know what to do, intuitively you know where you're headed and how you're going to get there. It does feel like there's a few like hurdles, and Spirit's saying like minor hurdles externally that are then presenting as like far bigger barriers than what they should. From what I can see, Gemini, you've got this in the bag. From what I can see, it feels like you're very much like you're on a roll from what I can see, but it feels like there's a lot of Spirit's like bringing you through that harm minimization. Like there's maybe a lot of like preventative measures that you've put in place for like any kind of disturbance or disruption. I was actually getting a lot of stuff about like unwanted interruptions coming into the reading, like some kind of like frustration or like delay even that's causing you some level of concern. Show me what else I need to see for Gemini. Gemini, your fucking energy is super intense again this month. Like you guys were intense last month. All right, so the King of Cups and the Hierophant, I would definitely say to like, yeah, although you seem to have some kind of internal clarity on where you want to go, how you want to get there, all the rest of it, although there does seem to be some kind of like barrier that's presented externally to you, that doesn't seem to be rocking where you want to go or what you know to be true internally. The advice from Spirit here is to really use that internal strength, like use that compass, and very much follow your intuition here. I would say for a lot of you, this is like really deeply emotional stuff. This could be related to like interpersonal relationships. This could be related to like your job or your business or something that you're creating that's like really important to you. Whatever has happened in the very recent past that has given you this clarity, whatever shift has occurred, and there has been a big shift, Spirit's saying they keep bringing it through, yeah? There has been some kind of big shift where things have changed so rapidly for some of you that you just may not, like that sense of bewilderment is coming through, yeah? Like you may feel like you just want to go fucking have a holiday, like what is happening, yeah? That's the kind of energy that's coming through, because internally you've got that clarity, internally it's all making sense, externally it's yet to happen from what I can see. The way that this is coming through is like this is some kind of spiritual lesson for you. This is some kind of spiritual evolution, and your steady emotions are going to be like the boat that carries you through this. So stick to your guns. From what I can see, you are well within your rights to be making the changes that you're making, or feeling the way that you're feeling, or saying what you're saying. Perhaps check your delivery. Perhaps check. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's regarding like family and things like that. For a lot of you, it's regarding very close interpersonal bonds from what I can see. And it does feel like there is some kind of, saying that releasing perfectionism was your overall energy for the month. So maybe check back in with that, you know, especially in regards to that comment that I said about, you know, checking your delivery. You don't have to be perfect, but you just have to be true is what Spirit's saying. And that's a nice message. You know, if you're being honest, who gives a fuck how you deliver it? Okay, Spirit's saying some people give a fuck. Okay, I'm here now. All right, what else does Gemini need to see? So there is this like deep like sense of like chill out, relax. Yeah, I do feel like for you guys, there's going to be this really big shift that does come into play externally that's going to be helpful, or like the change that you want to see, or like the fruit of your labor, spirits say. So keep at it. It does feel like there is this really deep sense of clarity that you've got within that's very much going to be like Spirit saying the starting point. So for some of you, this has been like a big epiphany that's come through, and then that's going to bring through some kind of change. All right, so you guys have got, okay, so broken bridge and fair woman. So dealings with a fair woman with blonde, grey or white hair, and then some kind of unsuccessful outcome there. And that can be that like irritation that's coming through with that dream result, yeah? And this feeling of like we've got this internal clarity, but externally things aren't coming through. There was some kind of spirit saying something about a recent discovery for those of you that are connected to those. What else have we got for Gemini? You guys have got haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. Sun, happiness and well-being. Tiger, doing something risky and taking a chance. And woman, dealings or relationship with a woman again. All right, so the way that I'm getting this, honestly, for you guys, Gemini, is like be careful of the company that you keep first and foremost. Definitely be mindful of the company that you keep. And particularly like how you feel upon like when you're with those people or like leaving those people. This karma, what you reap, you will reap what you have sown, and time to go out and have fun. It does feel like, again, like that comes through with that kind of excited energy. And the sun and the tiger, happiness and well-being, doing something risky and taking a chance. There is a big shift coming through for you guys, and it does feel like for some of you, you may be at the point of like, yeah, spirit was actually, and like there is Gemini and Taurus readings very much connected this month, yeah. I was getting a lot of stuff for the Taurus reading about like it being at a breaking point. Yeah, so if you're at that breaking point where like you have not yet stepped into the tarot reading of this, like this energy, the way that it's coming through for me is like there may be some kind of move that you need to take that's risky. Yeah, we did have that full card there in your tarot reading. There may be some kind of move that you need to make that is like bewildering to some people. Yeah, and I would very much say to do that. Like, do whatever you feel is the right thing to do for you, Gemini, and trust in yourself in that process. Yeah, if you don't trust in yourself in the decision-making process, then rely on the people that you do trust. Lean back on your elders. You know, lean back on your ancestors if there's no elders in your life that you trust. Try good friends. Like, there's a multitude of different areas that you can get support from in the way of this. And I would very much say that there's like a big shift coming through. What else do I need to see for Gemini, please? All right. We'll take a couple more from the tea leaves and then I will close out because, yeah, your energy is super intense. Try not to be, you know, overly concerned with perfectionism and such, and just flow with the energy. January, something around January coming through for you guys. I'm actually seeing Pinocchio here, and yeah, there is something about Pinocchio. Table. What else? A path with money is waiting for you to find it. With hard work ahead, the table and the money path, and then the moon changes in your life. So there is like some kind of big change that's coming through, and I would say that it's going to be something that's like, I would say you're the one that's bringing in this change, Gemini. It doesn't feel like someone else is bringing this change to you. It feels like you're the one that's bringing this change in. Is there anything else I need to see for Gemini? Something about a woman for you guys this month. There is. Key, successful outcome to your problem. So there is going to be some kind of solution that's found for you guys this Gemini. It does feel like that dream result is very much connected to like whatever issue is presented externally for you guys. I will close out with just a couple from the Cosmic Alchemy Oracle. the Black Moon Lilith deck. Okay, and I keep hearing something about like now or never. So if there's something that you want to do and you've been sitting on it, yeah, and your intuition's telling you to do it, then I would very much say to do it. The way that this is coming through is like trust in yourself, Gemini. Trust in yourself until the cows come home and then some. I would very much say, yeah, there is some kind of soul ascension that's happening for you guys. It does feel like for a lot of you, there's, you know, the death and the rebirth cycle and the honoring of your emotions is coming into play, where things have been tricky. And I know, like, for the collective, things have been tricky, but particularly for you guys, Gemini, the last 2 readings that I've done have been quite heavy. So, you know, I'm sending you guys all of my love and like really trusting yourself through these times, because it does feel like you've got the clarity that you need to make the right decision to move forward. What else do I need to say here? All right, Mother Earth, trust in the earth to support you, yeah? Trust in your soul to know the right ways to go through this. There does seem to be something about like you guys having external issues that are really presenting problems for you. And it could be because they clash, right? So there is a lot of stuff around like darkness coming through for you guys. So maybe like being outside at night time is going to be something. I know it's really cold at the moment, but like maybe getting under a fire, or like looking out your window even at night time. There is something about nighttime that's really important for you guys. See, most of these cards are fucking black. See, there's really, really big stuff around. Like cycles are closing out for you guys, and it feels like where you're going is going to be far greater than even for some of you what you expected. Others of you, like there is this really deep sense of like maybe having to project what internally is going on for you this month, because it does feel like that's going to enact some positive change externally that's really going to be beneficial. It does feel beneficial. All right, is that all I need to see for Gemini? Don't forget, you know, that plot twist. So if things have really been a struggle and a challenge for you, particularly in the way of like moving through some kind of long-term problem, yeah, I would very much trust in the universe, man, because there is magic at play here. And yeah, the magic of the universe will blow your mind. So the Phoenix rising is definitely going to be your sign to look out for this month, Gemini. And like, yeah, when you struggle to trust in yourself and you struggle to trust in the universe, like trust in the earth, go put your feet in the dirt, go put your face in the sun and see how you feel. Yeah, because it will definitely bring in some kind of comfort, some kind of change. And release the need to be perfect, Gemini. Nothing and no one is ever perfect. So yeah, definitely try and like take what you can, make the most of every situation. But yeah, chill out a little bit. Like it's not, none of it's that fucking serious. And even when it is, yeah, try to find... Now I feel like I can't end the video because that was a bit insensitive. Try to find, yeah, the positives in every given situation, because, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to post this now. I'm going to release perfectionism and just post it. I love you guys, Gemini. I do. Hit me up in the comments if you guys want something else, and I'll definitely do that for you. If you're going through a really tough time, yeah, try to like lean into the support that's around you. Yeah, also trust in yourself to make the right decisions, and remember how powerful you are. Like there is this really deep sense with you of like actually knowing that, having already gained that inner strength and that inner power. So use that. Yeah, harness that as you're moving forward. I love you guys, and I hope this reading was all right. And let me know how that fits for you and all the rest of it. This is the Ghost Bride Tarot. My name is Millie. It's super late. I'm sorry that was a bit scratchy, you guys. It's just gone midnight. I'm like, it's so late. It is late for me. It's past my bedtime. I love you guys, Gemini, and I hope things come good for you soon. Free yourself and communication and truth. That feels nice to end out, yeah? So like whatever's happening, just speak your truth here. Maybe watch the Scorpio reading from last month, because that was called Speak Your Truth. There is something around like the internal and the external, like incongruence being very easily like wrapped up with like fucking conversation, man. It goes a long way. All right, I love you, Gemini. I love ya. Some of you guys are definitely having like ascension symptoms, so pay attention to that. Trust your intuition and your emotional body as much as your physical body. I love you, Gemini, and I hope that was all right. Bye.